Hey guys, this is Justin, hello, and welcome to another video. So, Halo's in a really bad place right now in my opinion. Halo Infinite is kind of off the public radar in a way that I'm not sure can be fixed. There are not many people playing the game. Worse, there's no one talking about or watching the game. There's just not a lot in the way of public interest, and it seems like Season 2 won't be the shot in the arm the game needs, as it only has one new arena and one new BTB map. Just not enough new content to get people engaged, at least I think. The Halo TV show is also, well, a bit of a mess in my opinion. A lot of people are liking it, I'm even coming around to some aspects of it, but it's definitely a radical departure from Halo, and I think is missing the expectation of a lot of fans. That, however, is subjective, but one, I think, objectively bright spot in Halo has been the Master Chief Collection, and we actually just got a huge update for the MCC that's reinvigorated the community to the point now where the MCC's Steam numbers, despite the fact that, yes, it is a paid game, have now surpassed that of free-to-play Halo Infinite's multiplayer. So I'll give you guys a brief description of the massive patch that was dropped yesterday, and the biggest thing that got people excited were the new Firefight features added to Halo 3 ODST. For those who somehow don't know, Firefight is basically Halo's version of Horde mode, and this new patch has actually given us the ability to fight the Flood, which is just insane. This is something people talked about maybe modding into the game at some point, and I believe there were mods, but the fact that this has been added through official support over a decade after the game launched is just blowing my mind here. Personally, I don't really like fighting the Flood in Halo 3, so I'm not that excited for this specifically, but there are a ton of other new custom options for Firefight, and that is just really cool. One thing I really appreciate about this Flood update is that they didn't go half-ass on it. Not only have they added the Flood as enemies, they've actually changed how the maps look. Allies which are killed by the Flood will even turn against you as they're infected, and they've added a bunch of little environmental and gameplay features. Just really amazing effort all around when they could have either just not implemented this feature or really half-assed it. Every game is also now available within the custom game browser. When MCC added this feature, it was just Halo Reach. Then they added Halo 3, I believe. Now every single game is playable, which means that there are custom games for whatever you want. They've also added several quick play features if you don't want to spend as much time mucking around in the menus. They've added co-op campaign crossplay for Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST, so if you're on Steam, you can play the campaign with someone on Xbox. They've added weapon customization now to Halo 4, which is something that's been present for some of the other games. Basically, you can apply a skin to a weapon, which if you choose, you can see not only in multiplayer, but also in single player. I think the skins they've been added into the game alongside the armors are really cool. Totally optional. If you don't want to play a different, say, Halo 3 experience, you don't have to. You can even make it so it's only legacy armor, but if you want your battle rifle to have a cool or different skin after looking at the same one for a decade and a half, you can now do so. A variety of new skulls have been added to Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST. I think the most notable one has to be acrophobia, but basically allows your character to fly through the campaign. The MCC has been doing a really good job of sort of unifying skulls, so if a skull existed in one game, it'll probably be ported over to another where possible. Some of these skulls are especially useful for machinimas and games where there's no theater mode. Halo 3 has gotten over 20 new medals. Most notably, I think, would be Headshot, which is definitely a medal that I'm glad exists now in Halo 3. It's sort of a staple of the subsequent games. Just feels good to know when you've killed an enemy with a headshot. And the other big one would obviously be the Assist, which doesn't really display in Halo 3. They've rolled this out as well in a very clever way. You can have it so the medals are just the original Halo 3 medals, so nothing's changed. You can have it so all new medals are included, or you can have it so just the three most relevant and most important new medals, Headshot, Super Combine, which is a needler medal, and Assist show up. So very smart there. Finally, one feature that will be huge for a specific subset of the community is Halo 3 ODST mod tools. You can download these on Steam and basically start messing around making mods for Halo 3 ODST. The stuff we've seen already coming out for Halo 3 has been absolutely incredible, so I'm very excited to see what the community can put together for ODST. 343 embracing mods for Halo is just so smart, because now that we've got an almost perfect collection of these classic games, fans can start making their own content content, and Halo 3 is going to have a community and a life to it for pretty much ever. This is exactly what we wanted from the Master Chief Collection and more from when the game was first announced. The only thing that I'd like to see now, if possible, would be a few more maps thrown into Halo 3, especially some of the Halo Online maps, maybe some more weapons, stuff like that. But hey, if we don't get anything else, I'm very happy. They've also talked about maybe opening up player counts. I think on a live stream, a 343 dev mentioned that they'd like to make it so there's 40 or 60 players in a Halo 3 big team battle match. He said he thought it was possible, so we'll see. Additionally, there were a bunch of bug fixes I'm not going to go over. Just a really impressive update, more substantial than we've gotten for any updates for Halo Infinite yet. And I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. For those of you who are wondering, Halo MCC is getting all these updates because it is a separate team than Halo Infinite, and this team clearly took some time to get off the ground because Halo MCC also launched as a complete mess, but now that it is putting out some really good content. It just is a bit unfortunate from an optic side that Halo Infinite is just really struggling while MCC is sort of in its golden age. And as I alluded to at the beginning of this video, we're actually at a point where the Master Chief Collection's numbers since this update are actually surpassing Halo Infinite, despite the fact that Halo Infinite came out last year and is a new AAA game that's free to play. I'm sure there's no one in 343 that's unhappy about how these updates are, but there's probably at least somebody who's annoyed that MCC is serving right now as an unfortunate comparison for Halo Infinite. But guys, that's all I got for you today. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be safe, have a good one, and may the Force be with you.